Hey Beetle people, how's everybody doing? This video today has been inspired by the sad news that just broke out that Stan Lee, creator of Marvel Comics, passed away today at the age of 95. So I thought, as a tribute to Stan and all of the amazing work that he did throughout his entire life pretty much, I mean the man started making comics when he was a teenager, that I would do a special Beatles comic book issue. Marvel Comics did make one Beatles comic book, at least that I am aware of. Here, let me open this up. It's from 1978, and it is Marvel's super special Beatles story. So yes, Stan Lee was responsible at one point for making the Beatles into a comic book. The art in this book was actually done by George Perez. If you're a big comic book nerd, George Perez is, I mean, one of the all-time greatest artists ever. I got this book a few years back at MegaCon here in Orlando a few years ago, and a guy gave me a pretty good deal on it too. It's cool. You know what? I've honestly never read it all the way through. But not only does it have, you know, like the comic type stuff here, but it also has other, you know, stories and articles, and even a gatefold in the center. That's really neat. Hold on, let me see if I can turn to it here. Here it is. So it comes with some nice photographs as well. So it's a really cool little collector's item if you, of course, love the Beatles and love comic books. I mean, it really is just a shame that Stan Lee passed away. I mean, the man was 95 years old after all, but his impact on the world was surely felt. Now this next book I have shown before. It's one of my most prized possessions. It is my Batman issue number 222. That kind of spoofs on the Paul is dead conspiracy. It's pretty fun. This issue came out back in June of 1970. It does have a pretty cool twist ending. Yes, pun intended, because the band that's supposed to be the Beatles are, I believe, the Oliver Twists. So there is a twist ending to the book. But yes, this is one of my absolute all-time, like, prized possessions that I own. I paid a lot of money for it. Batman, issue 222. Actually, there is one comic book that I don't know where it is. I have it. It's, God, it's called The Beatles Experience, I think, and it's from Rock and Roll Comics, and they did, like, little volumes. I have volume 1 out of 4 for that one. I'll probably try and find a picture or something and put that in there. That was done pretty well. I wish I'd gotten the others. I've seen them before in stores, but never bothered to pick them up. So that's a comic that I do have somewhere. We'll probably find it the next time I decide to do a What's in the Box video. But this next book is The Fifth Beatle by my very good friend and brother from another mother, Vivek Tiwari. This is the Brian Epstein story, which this graphic novel is going to be turned into a TV miniseries, I believe, for, I think, Bravo, I believe, picked up The Fifth Beatle. So I really hope that that gets rolling soon, because I want to see it. And it's the only, like, made-for-TV movie that actually has the license to use Beatles music. My particular copy is signed by Vivek Tiwari and Andrew Robinson, the illustrator. It's an incredible book. If you haven't picked this up yet, you need to, because it is fantastic if you love the Beatles and you want to learn more about Brian Epstein. Yes, there are a few things in here that are, you know, done just for the comic, you know, or I should call it a graphic novel. But nothing too horribly historically inaccurate. It's done very well. And then finally, to wrap this little episode up, a comic that I just showed not too long ago because I just got it. We have the new Yellow Submarine graphic novel that came in my awesome Titan Comics box set. This book is illustrated by Bill Morrison, and it is just amazing. I think this is probably one of my personal favorites out of my little Beatles comic book collection here. I think the art was just done so well and respectfully. And it's almost like spot on, like Heinz Edelman, almost spot on. But you can see how Bill Morrison made it a bit more modern. And I really like that. I think it's brilliant. All right, my friends, that pretty much wraps it up today. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, what are you waiting for? I put out stuff like this all the time. You want to see more of it. All right, guys. Well, Stanley, once again, thank you for all of your work over the years. You are going to certainly be missed. It really is the end of an era. And for all you Beatle people out there watching, thanks so much again. See you next time. Peace and love.